Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And we're trying something fun today, everybody. 5 video games that would make great TV series. We are trying to start doing some fillers for when between our games, because our games take forever for us to play.
So what's really funny is that both you and I were thinking like, oh man, we haven't done anything. We haven't posted anything in forever. We did God of War and then we've done nothing. That was February. It's still March when we posted for, what did we just...
Diablo 4.
Diablo 4 beta. What did we just do?
Yeah, but it would be nice if we could...
Yes.
Slightly more frequently?
Semi-monthly.
Semi-monthly.
On like a payroll schedule.
So we're going to try to get more episodes out between games that we're playing, especially if we get interrupted between games. We did finish Hogwarts. We are going to record a podcast for that.
Yeah, this will get posted after that.
Oh, well, this is after Hogwarts, I guess. So, but we're not recording it. It's going to be recorded later, so it's a little time skip, I guess.
No one knows what order we recorded these in.
Doody.
Thank you. The scary door.
Yep. So as I was saying before, our topic is video games into movie or TV TV adaptations that have been Sorry, let me start over. Video games I've found that have been made into movie or TV adaptations have been pretty subpar for the most part.
Yep.
There are a few exceptions to that rule, but after The Last of Us did so well as a TV show, we thought we would discuss 5 games that would make great TV shows or series.
Yes. As a caveat to that, just The Last of Us finished a couple weeks ago, which I told you after the first 2 episodes, I didn't realize how big it was. Like, you and I watched it because we loved the game and we wanted to watch the TV show, but yeah, it was insane. And your dad and stepmom watched it and they finished it and they're like, that was really good. Like, it was nice to hear outside party. And then I kept telling my mom, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. And so far she's watched the first 3 and she's like, this is really good. So it's nice to hear that from like non-gamers. But again, The Last of Us is very story driven and relationship driven and minimal on the zombies. So it makes a good TV show.
It does make a very good TV show.
Very good TV show.
There is good action sequences. There's good other things in there, but they're able to cut out a lot of the middle action zombie stuff that the game delivers. But it still was really good.
Yes.
The other caveat to this is we're not going to be making them into cartoon or animated shows. We're going to probably do a different podcast on that. So we're sticking to live action for this this podcast here.
Yes.
Shows or games that we would think that would make a great live action ones. So let's start with our first one on the list. Do you want to lead us off here?
You just want me to say what it is?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Like, what am I supposed to be saying? Uncharted.
Yeah, that one just makes sense.
Yes.
So each of these categories, I put a Y. I have some other questions behind that, but Uncharted is just Naughty Dog, story-driven, very heavily narrative, character-focused gameplay, and there's a lot of fun action sequences that go into this one, which would just make a freaking stellar TV show.
It would. This actually also came up between us because I told you after the season finale of The Last of Us, I listened to our podcast about The Last of Us Part 2, which was one of the first podcasts we recorded, like one of the first 5 or 6. And one of the big takeaways that we got from that game was it just made us want to play Uncharted again. And then you and I at dinner, I don't know, 2 days later, we're like, man, Uncharted would be such a good, like, TV show, not even a miniseries. Like, each... That's where my brain is.
Yeah, and going through the movie didn't receive very well. And
Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake. No offense.
He might be young Nathan Drake, but
he could be young Nathan Drake, and Victor Sullivan is not Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Never in any universe.
I don't think a movie does the Uncharted series justice because there's just so much content there that you need a season. You need hour-long episodes, 45 minutes to an hour-long episodes like they did for The Last of Us.
Disney Plus, I should have looked this up before we started recording. Disney Plus just put out the National Treasure TV show. I want to see how that did because I feel like, I mean, you're going to get that camp. I mean, that's the point of the Uncharted games, is a little bit of the campiness. It's our version of Indiana Jones's, hey, Ash, what you playing? Goes into about that. But
Yes.
how did it do? National Treasure.
Oh, so the actual show.
National Treasure. This is going to take forever. Keep talking.
So the game itself, there's four different games and technically a expansion / standalone one that makes it 5 games. It's a shorter one. Not Thieves' End. What was the one after that?
So it's Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End, and then Uncharted The Lost Legacy.
The Lost Legacy, which was 2 other characters. Drake is not in that. Nathan Drake is the main character. And the ones that are reoccurring in every game are Nathan Drake, Sullivan,
Victor Sullivan, Elena, and then Chloe Fraser and Nadine.
They show up in different ones,
yes.
but the most reoccurring ones are
Okay, yeah, the National Treasure Edge of History did not do super well.
Oh,
my mom said it was okay.
Yeah, it got.
Brittany said it was okay.
It looks like it got blasted.
Riley shows up in an episode.
That's fun.
Delicious jams and jellies.
Jeez, oh Pete.
But when we were talking about this at dinner before we started recording, I thought, like, it could be very much like a National Treasure kind of TV show, like hour-long episodes. And I tried to dive into this beforehand of, like, what did they already cover? Because you could pick some other mythological thing.
If they wanted to do something different, I think they did so well with The Last of Us covering the game that they should cover the game.
Yeah, so the first one is El Dorado, which is the city of gold. And then the second one, I kept all these open because I was not going to remember them. The second one is Marco Polo's lost ship.
Okay.
From returning to China. 3 was Queen Elizabeth sending the original Drake to find something.
Yeah, Nathan Drake's ancestor.
Yes. Like, there's so... You start on the Wikipedia page for the plot of, like, the first one, and it's, like, 5 paragraphs, and then you get to the second one, and it's, like, 7 paragraphs, and then you get to the third one, and it's, like, 9 paragraphs. Like, they just get more and more intricate.
Yeah, they're really something to behold.
So they would need to be, like, at least 9 episode seasons.
I would hope for 10.
Yeah, like...
Maybe the first one could be shorter, but the later ones should be longer.
10 to 12 episodes.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
We kind of answered this, but how would you like to see this show done? Do you want it to be its own thing where they do their own adventure, or would you rather them stick with the games like I said?
I think sticking with the games would be good. Mm-hmm. You'd have at least 4 seasons lined up.
And I think a 5th. You can get a 5th out of it.
You could do The Lost Legacy, and then you could do a
The
spin-off
Lost Legacy
show.
would be a great miniseries.
That would be a good miniseries, and then you can do a spin-off show of Nathan Drake and Elena's daughter that you play in the epilogue.
That would be fun, too, to do that. So how would you... I think it would be really interesting if the beginning of it was Drake sitting with his daughter and then reliving that story each season.
Like The Princess Bride.
Yeah, but yeah, he's sitting there talking with her each season, and that's him giving, like, context, and that's
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah, a little, but it would
that would be cute.
Be cute if that's how he starts in, and then it goes into them, in the plane, flying in, and doing the
train scene, and... Oh, man.
Everything like that.
It'd be so good. HBO, just call us. We can... You're already working with Neil Druckmann. It's fine. It's easy.
So the best thing for Uncharted that's been done, out of that, was Nathan Fillion's short on YouTube that he did. That was the best thing ever, and he would make an amazing Nathan Drake. Of course, Nolan North has to be in the show somewhere.
Yes. Nathan Fillion, Uncharted.
Yeah, let's see how many views this.
That's exactly what I was looking up. So it has 11 million views from 4 years ago. It's 14 and a half minutes.
How many likes does it have?
516,000.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
He does everything so well, and he plays the part really well. It would be fun to get a TV series out, especially with how well The Last of Us did. I think they have a place to make something like this now.
Oh, for sure.
We already kind of answered this. How long would you like the season to run? 9 episodes would probably be good for the first one. I think 9 to 10 for the second, but the third and fourth
are going to have to be like 12.
Yeah, longer
to
fill in the gaps, because they're going to have to cut a lot out. They'll probably cut out a lot of the climbing that you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, The Last of Us had minimal zombies. My friend kept asking me, like, should I watch it? I can't do post-apocalyptic zombie things. And I'm like, there are zombies in maybe 3 episodes. Like, it's not like playing the game.
And it's not that many zombies, except for the horde scene in the city.
Horde scene in the Kansas City, and then the second episode where, what's-her-face from Fringe dies.
So, this is completely off topic, but for when we're going through these, we really need Tom Winters and Carrie Craft's voiceover for the countdown. 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot they did that.
So if you guys want to send us that file, that would be awesome.
Please and thank you.
So we can, if we ever do more episodes like this, it would be fun to have that for our countdowns.
That would be fun. That was a fun throwback. They don't record that podcast anymore. It makes me very sad.
I know. Can we just get a guest appearance over here?
I have a question.
Yes. So, any final thoughts on Uncharted? It's such an obvious.
Make it HBO. Make it now.
Such an obvious answer.
It is.
4. Zelda.
Yeah.
This was your suggestion.
Yeah, you were actually against it.
I'm not against a anime or a cartoon that's done well for this one. How you suggested a live action one? How would you, or first off, why, and then how would you make this show as a live action when it's such a cartoony thought process in the first place? I'm actually intrigued by it, though. Yeah,
I think people are more into the fantasy now than they have been. You've got Game of Thrones was really good, and then the prequel that's out, The House of Dragons, or whatever it is in the Game of Thrones world. You just had Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, which I've freaking loved every second of. So I don't think it would be too much of a jump into Hyrule for a lot of people. When we talked about this previously, you adamantly said no initially, and then you said they wouldn't do it justice, and I said, well, what if they took made their own story? Like, I don't really want to see Ocarina of Time rehashed. I've played through that game 10 times. I don't need to watch it played out because I've played it, and it's not super story driven. It's all about the puzzles and stuff. So if they did their own unique story, there's so much to pull from.
I would like to see the story driven how Breath of the Wild was done, story-wise, but it doesn't have to be exactly like that, like the slate and all that stuff, but it'd be interesting to see, because if you
additional side characters that actually have some personality.
Yeah, and I think you'd have to make it a little bit more gory for the action purposes, a little bit see some actual blood and stuff like that. It has to be like a PG-13 plus kind of thing, or it doesn't have to be R-rated or anything, but...
You don't want a sex scene, man? Come on.
I mean, I think Link is owed one at this point in time.
Which, speaking of, this is also completely off topic. Listening to our podcast on The Last of Us Part 2, I had completely blocked from my memory that random graphic sex scene with Abby and her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, it was pretty wild. They didn't hide anything with that one.
Why? So, no, I don't need a sex scene in a Legend of Zelda TV show.
No. I think a miniseries would be better for this than something like a full season, unless it just takes off like a wildfire.
Yeah.
They did something like campy where someone made like a trailer for it a long time ago, and it looked okay.
Was that one of the April Fools that like IGN did? Yeah.
Something like that. So it would be cool to see something to do with Breath of the Wild's Hyrule and the Guardians and Link finding the Master Sword and defeating
era
it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the
Hyrule.
Sheikah Slate per se, but he could have some, normal things. He doesn't even need magic per se, but it would be fun to see a little bit of magic, because Zelda has magic, it just doesn't have a lot of magic.
So you're telling me you don't want him to have a talking hat that makes him change size?
I would prefer a fairy that follows around and talks in his ear the whole time. Yes.
Watch out!
It would be interesting to see the game built and done properly.
Yeah, there's always rumors.
Not the game, I'm sorry, the
TV show. There's always rumors that Netflix is going to be doing like a Zelda show.
I'm intrigued. I always see this more as an animated series than anything.
Yeah, it'd be better.
But a live action would be not. It would be, if they could do it well, it would be one of the best shows you could see. I'm not confident.
I know
that they would get the budget to do it well, even though Nintendo would be backing it.
Yeah. So far, we've gotten one good video game adaptation. So the odds are not in Zelda's favor.
Yes, but it would be nice to see. And I do agree with you that it has potential and that like the fantasy is higher than ever right now. So it'd be nice, but it would be kind of cool to see something like that.
It would. I'd like to see who would play Ganondorf.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Right?
Now you got me thinking about that. I really like if he... Don't be mad at me. I could see Tom Hiddleston doing it.
I knew you were going to say Hiddles.
If he bulked up a little bit, I could see him doing it.
He would be. He has the charismatic nature that
that he would have.
That Ganondorf needs to like take over Hyrule. I like that.
Yeah, so that's just where my.
Why would you think I'm against that? Any job for Hiddles is great.
You just get him more employment.
Please, yes. I think, did they announce Loki season 2 comes out in July?
Ooh.
I saw a headline. I never looked into it.
I did enjoy the Loki, so I'll watch the second season of the Loki.
I enjoy the Hiddles.
Yes, you do.
And the Loki.
All right, 3.
No.
3.
God of War.
God of War. The 2018.
Yes.
And the new one, really the story nature that you get from them. All the God of War games actually have a decent story, but the graphic wise and bringing the characters to life the way they did and placing him there, I am not certain non-gamers would follow the story unless they did a really good intro of recapping him up to the point where he's at. Or do you think they don't need to say something like that?
I don't know his history. You told me when we started playing 2018, what'd you say? He killed all the gods in his world and came here to retire, basically?
Yeah, he
That's all I know about this, and I followed it.
I'm going to botch this story, but the first game is he is serving Ares, the god of war, and he's betrayed by Ares. So he gets, lo and behold, he gets out of hell.
Okay.
Goes back and kills Ares, the god of war, and he takes his place as the god of war.
Makes sense. Title.
Yes.
And credits. Good.
The second scene, he's betrayed by the gods again, and he goes down to hell again and makes his way back out and does something crazy. And the third game, he releases the Titans to wage war on on the Olympians. He defeats the Titans and kills all the gods. And there's a lot more in between there. And then
50,000 foot view of
I think there was a Game Boy Advance, not a Game Boy Advance, a PSP God of War. I think I never played it. But then there is God of War 2018, where he ends up in the Nine Realms, the Asgardian era. I
think if you're going to do it like The Last of Us and follow the game, do God of War 2018. And if you need any small amounts of like his history, like when someone recognizes him as like the god of war from his world or whatever you want, like you get like little flashbacks of like fight scenes or anything like that. Like you don't have to do a full episode, but give us like glimpses of like the horror that he went through and all the carnage so that you kind of understand why he's settled down with his dead wife and child and wants to bury her properly. And that whole, like, the story is great. And if you like mythology...
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I guess we can also see how that new Percy Jackson series does on Disney+, because then if that does really well, then it's a nice jump. That's, like, Percy Jackson's, like, the kid version. And God of War.
I wouldn't even care if they took the actor that plays Kratos to be Kratos. Awesome. He's awesome. The kid is too old now for the first one. He could play in the second one.
Yes.
It would be cool to see the actress that plays, not Athena, I'm getting this wrong, Freya would be awesome as well.
Deborah Ann Wall.
No, that's his wife.
No, that's his wife, yes.
But she literally looks like herself, so she could play his wife in the second season. If they it does well enough to do that.
If they even make this.
Yes. But so you're thinking that they should just do flashbacks for the other ones, and they could, if it does well enough, they could do a prequel season and cover stuff like that.
Or you can do, like, if it's 9 episodes, episode 3 could be just like a flashback scene. Like Atreus asks him a question about his past, or Mimir mentions something, and he has like this giant flashback, and it's 50 minutes of just sheer carnage, and then he flashes back and just says, it's a tale for another time.
It'd be fun for them to do the whole season, and then the extra episode is that. That would be really... That's smart. I like that. HBO, give us a call. We got ideas. We'll link you up with Sony. We're the
go-between. we have the hookups.
Number 2 for us is actually a little bit of cheating because we have
Number
2 games. Not 3. 3.
4.
Are we on 4? This is where my brain is. I just got over a long work week. It's not an excuse for me being dumb, but it is what it is.
Listen, man, we're both pretty dumb. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
But we're counting backwards, so I did 4, 3, so this would be 2.
Oh, we were counting backwards?
Yeah.
These aren't in any particular order.
They're
what
not.
you have as number 1 would not be my number 1. My
It's not
number
number
1
one.
would be Uncharted.
Yes, but we were just counting down. I was just...
You got into the red pit bulls counting down thing and just went with it.
Yes, it's true. But the one that we're doing second from last, these are in no particular order except for Uncharted, I agree, would be number 1. I actually think God of War would be my number 2.
Agreed.
Control and Alan Wake. So they're from the same universe, and that's why we listed both of them.
Yes.
I would like to see a full season of Alan Wake.
Yes.
And I would like to see a mini series of Control.
You could almost...
Or you could almost do the opposite,
You could almost do it like American Horror Story, where each season is like its own anthology.
And it's
where
built
season 1 would be Alan Wake, and season 2 would be Control, and then season 3 would be Alan Wake 2, whenever that comes out.
Or they have something else, too, in there, I thought. I think there's another game in that universe.
There's the DLC for Alan Wake that we never finished.
No, but I'm talking about like that. They actually came up with another game.
Remedy?
Remedy Games. I think all their games are linked in the same universe. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are.
Quantum Break.
Yes.
Oh, and Max Payne.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Why didn't we think of that? That's on our special mentions already now. Max Payne. Oh,
I know nothing about those, so that's all you.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
So, which one would you like to see first?
Alan Wake.
Okay. I agree. I think
there's mentions of Alan Wake in Control, like the little Easter eggs, so I think that just makes sense, especially like chronologically, especially if you do it like an anthology series of like, yeah, they can kind of tie together, but they don't have to.
Would you make them... So I listed a question, would Control or Alan Wake make good full series or miniseries? I could see an argument for full series like you were saying for both of them. I could also see them both being miniseries.
Miniseries or like a TV show that's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I guess technically also the Watchmen HBO show that was fantastic. Was that technically a miniseries or just 1 season? I don't know. I would... say it was just a season.
How long do you think a miniseries is? 4 episodes?
6.
4 to 6, yeah.
Watchmen TV series.
All right, let's see how many episodes we got here. So
9.
The supernatural aspect of it gives you a lot of the X-File vibe, Fringe vibe.
Yes.
And Control really kind of brings all of that home, as there's a bureau that deals with
all the supernatural
stuff, and they're building as a supernatural entity in itself, and it's just a lot of fun running through that world and that universe, and seeing them tie in and talking about Alan Wake's world and talking about the other ones and the incidences from different areas.
See, and now what the cool thing, and this is what Marvel would do if they were in charge of it, is you'd have the first season of Alan Wake, you'd run the credits on the final episode, and then you'd have the post-credits scene of someone at the bureau like filing away the file for what happened in Alan Wake's town.
Yes, that would be kind of cool.
And then that leads into season 2.
You'd almost do the bureau last.
Yeah.
Then, because then you deal with the hiss and all the stuff coming in, and
Yeah.
a lot of it's supernatural. So it's a show that will not explain everything to you, and it's a lot of it's up to your imagination to kind of fill in the blank. And I'm actually okay with it because Alan Wake was so good.
Yes.
That it would be fine if they did that. Oh man, I have to play Max Payne, or I have to make you play Max Payne now. I'm not kidding you; it is so good. Jumping in, last one, not number one, but it is
five.
Deathloop.
Yeah, this is probably not one that people were expecting us to say.
Why would you do Deathloop?
There'd be... It was a creative concept, but they did too much hand-holding, which was our main complaint for the game. Mm-hmm. I think you could build it much more as like a mystery series, almost in the similar vein to like the button on Lost, where you have to push it every 108 minutes. Like every episode is just your main character like going through the motions on the island and trying to figure out, on like one episode he figures out, okay, I have to get this person in the morning, and then the next episode is, okay, I gotta get this person in the evening, and then the next episode is, well, crap, that doesn't make sense. And so each episode could be its own little contained thing,
and then he dies at the end of
and he dies at the end of every single episode. There'd be less hand holding. I think you could do it better. You'd have to figure out a better way to show like all the journals that you read and that kind of stuff. It'd be more like interacting with the NPCs. So you'd have to come up with like more side characters that aren't just people that you shoot in the head. And you'd have to explain how he can like keep his weapons, even if he would need to at all.
I think you would be nice if he just didn't do that. He'd figure out the pathway to get what he needs every time.
Yeah,
basically.
that's fair.
And the powers, you could kind of explain a little bit of them. He wouldn't need as many. I think you could even take the powers out of it and it would still be good.
Yes.
But the powers make sense for the world, but it's not almost necessary.
You wouldn't need it for a TV show, so that would definitely be a mini-series.
Would you like the first episode to have them explain the island more? Or have an episode in there that explains the island itself?
Yes.
Because I would think that people are like, why is it looping? Why is it looping? Maybe that's part of the mystery.
And maybe the first episode is like 2 loops rather than just one. Like the first half an hour is 1 loop. Yeah. Or like he gets killed early, like 10 minutes into the episode. Mm-hmm. And like he gets killed like 2 or 3 times and then figures out like, oh crap, okay, this is what I need to do.
Or because the game starts with him not remembering anything.
Yes, so he's got to recover his memories. And you don't even necessarily need to go that route either. But that would be a really cool TV show.
It would be fun, especially with how well done the voice acting was.
Why do I feel like Wes Anderson would be really good to direct that?
That'd be awesome. He really good. The voice acting in that game was top notch.
Oh, I know.
They are some of the best voice acting.
They both should have won the awards at the Game Awards.
Yeah, best male and female.
They were so good.
They were so good. I don't know if you guys ever listened to our little podcast, but if you do, freaking kudos. Deathloop voice acting was some of the best.
Send us an email.
Yeah. We'll get you in touch with whoever we need to.
Yes.
Bethesda, get on this. Talk to HBO. We're all sending them all to HBO.
All to HBO.
Hey, we have HBO, so that's why I'm sending them there.
Exactly.
We have a few special mentions. I'm going to lead with Max Payne, and then we'll talk about the other ones here. Max Payne is a detective series.
Okay.
And it's a tragedy at the same time. So, first thing that happens in the series is your character loses his wife and child.
Okay.
And you are trying to take down this big drug pin, and it all loops back down. And the drug pin is the guy that was on these drugs comes to your home and kills your family. So you're trying to get through and figure out where, like, you're trying to bring down this operation because it destroyed your family. So that's the whole premise.
Got it.
There, and the game series number 2 is kind of a continuation of that. And Max Payne 3 is different because he's not in the city anymore. He leaves New York and goes elsewhere. I'm 95% sure he's in New York.
Okay.
Or a city that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Sposdas.
It's awesome. It was awesome. You know what? I didn't hate Mark Wahlberg's Max Payne. I didn't hate it. It's not.
I don't mind the taste.
It's not. It's not Max Payne in terms of what the games are, but it was still pretty well done. That'd be a movie I'd watch with you. But Max Payne is an awesome series. So we have two other ones listed here. So why don't you lead the one you're looking at right now?
Oh, yeah, because we talked about this when we were brainstorming. We said Resident Evil. There was a TV show in 2022.
There was a TV show in 2022?
Yeah, you want me to tell you the Metacritic ratings? 53 from critics and a 1.5
I didn't know
users.
there was a TV show. I only thought there were
Netflix.
movies. Oh, man. Netflix, you really messed up my drive here.
Yeah.
I was saying the TV series, if they stuck to the first game and stuck to the games like they've been like the other ones.
Yeah, and he was in it and he just died. And he is also in our other TV show.
Yeah, so the movies have always been a little subpar. I was hoping to do like one based off the game. The first one would be awesome. It's a little bit of a mystery. It's like a zombie mystery. But it was really well done.
Okay, so this says it's the second television adaptation of the franchise after the animated miniseries Infinite Darkness in 2021, and the third live-action adaptation after the film series of the same name and the reboot film Welcome to Raccoon City in 2021.
Which also did poorly. They cannot make Resident Evil good.
No.
Outside of the games, and I think it's because they good away from the games.
Yes.
And if they stuck to the games, they would be well received.
Yeah, I'm reading the plot for this, and it sounds absolutely awful, and I'm not even following it, so no.
Our other one is Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West.
Those would actually be good TV shows.
They would.
That would feel like Lost.
It would feel like Lost.
Horizon would feel a lot like Lost.
Yes.
And I think that as a show would be very fun. It'd be Lost with much more robots.
But polar bears?
Polar bear robots.
Polar bear robots, yeah. It would be good. Also, we like to just give Ashley Birch as much business as we can.
We do love
I don't know that she would actually play Aloy, but...
She'd make a great Aloy.
Well, she's the voice of Aloy.
Yes. I don't know if they would. It also would make a good animated series, though, too.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it would make a really fun anime or cartoon. Like an actual cartoon, U.S. cartoon would make a pretty good one.
It would. Yeah, that would be a good TV series.
Get on it. Ashley Birch, give us a call. Come on
Give
our
us
podcast.
new Hey Ash, what you playing? That's all we want in our lives.
Can we just be on an episode with our podcast and Hey Ash, what you playing? For the love of God, please, Ashley Birch, let us do so.
Man, even if we could get her brother on this, that'd be sweet.
Oh, Anthony. Our real dream, let's be honest, is Jake Baldino.
Jake Baldino on Game Ranks, I know.
We need us, if we can get Falcon too.
Falcon would be sweet.
I like birds.
I do enjoy birds.
So a bird, he can set up his nest over here for a little bit.
We got lots of trees.
Our
neighbors set up a bunch of new bird feeders. It's fine.
If he's got some mice to catch, we got to probably have some there somewhere out there.
Probably.
There's none inside, sorry, bud. So if you need to hunt,
outdoors. Don't kill our rabbit.
Italian stallion, we'll take you.
He did like that when I tweeted it at him like 2 years ago.
So, if you guys like this format,
please tell us.
Tell us.
No one emails us. One dude emailed us like 2 years ago about anime, and that was like the happiest we've ever been.
So, if at Gaming Marriage for
Twitter that we don't use,
but we'll check it.
Check it.
If you give us suggestions for games, if you send us comments, we will respond. We just need to know that.
Please talk to us. We're so lonely.
And then we're gamingmarriage@gmail.com. If you have game suggestions, if you have other episodes or things you'd like us to cover, if you liked this format that we're doing, please let us know. We really we like doing this and we have some fun. And if you want to interact with us, that would be great. I got nothing.
That's it.
Tom Winters and Carrie Kraft, send us your little
countdowns. We'll need those if people actually like this format.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.